Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. I'm the MysteriousJG. And a minor catastrophe on the channel. I seem to have done something wrong with my scheduled update presets, and 2 episodes of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 dropped on the same day. That'll drive the views down for the one that doesn't feature a sexy chick. It may peak at 20 views instead of 30. Really. Anyway, but that's not the LP we're talking about right now. We're talking about Illusion of Gaia. The one that I only have to upload every 2 days, so I have fewer frantic, oh my god, I've got to get some of this recorded sessions. And we are newly arrived in Euro, although we've actually traveled back to Watermia, whatever it's called, and back to Euro again. But for all intents and purposes, this is our first video in Euro, the town which I'm assuming is supposed to be like Europe. I'm scared. What if I have to go to the bathroom and I can't find it? I'm scared. What if I have to go to the bathroom and I can't find it? Townspeople seem to be richer than the king. And she has a huge problem with that, being royalty. But, you know, obviously we're going to spend our first video here trying to make sure that we find all of the jewels before we get into a situation where we can no longer return to this town. For example, had we missed a jewel in King Edward's prison, we would be screwed. So, I don't know why I'm... Let's see, I'll just look them up. One of them is near a... One of them we got to do a quest involving apples. One of them is a wall at the end of an alley. And then there's a hidden shrine. So I think if we just avoid a situation where we can no longer return to town, we should be fine.
We made money and wish to spend our remaining years enjoying life. Why don't you succeed us?
I can't even get to Neil's dad.
To live for yourself or for others, that's the question.
So, okay, we can't even talk to Neil's dad. Who is the king, I guess? Is he the king? Am I confused? I thought Neil was our cousin. I'm really not paying very much attention to what's going on. Hey, it's Anne.
A few days ago, a man wearing a cloak came around. He asked if anyone named Kara had come to town.
Uh-oh. Oh, I guess they were sending the hunter after Kara. That was a long time ago, but I do remember that plot point. What happened to the sound? Okay, I accidentally somehow clicked off of my window.
I shrank with cold fear when I saw his cold eyes. Should I tell Kara about it?
If you must, no, please don't. Alright. You know what we gotta do. We gotta try both.
Hey, I found a weakness. I want an apple. Let's go to the marketplace.
The hell is wrong with you? That's messed up. It's like,
I found a weakness. I will exploit it to get an apple.
And I'd be like, what? You're going to force me to get an apple? Well, forget it. In that case, ruin her life.
I don't like that Kara. She acts like some kind of princess. You shouldn't be so cruel talking that way.
No, I think we're supposed to do this quest with getting her apples. Yeah, getting her apples is part of what will get us a red jewel. So, we gotta, like... Apparently, the correct choice there was no, please don't. Please, let her live in ignorance of the danger to her. Okay, so we figured this... President Rolak lives in this mansion. Oh, he's the president of Rolak. Whee! Hey, don't ever cross over there. Cross over the other side. Okay. This is the book that Roski wrote about the future of mankind. It's been autographed by Cactus Jack. This is a teapot. We call it a tear pot. Once we were caught up in a war. After the women sent their husbands to war, they saved their tears in these pots. Why? That's just odd. The other day, a man called the Jackal was asking questions. He had the look of evil. I think he was chasing someone. Oh, it's Day of the Jackal coming up?
There are many back alleyways between the houses in town.
Hey, don't ever go there. Break on through the other side, man. Our fruit is soft and tasty. The town's prospers thanks to the Rolex company. There are lots of bad rumors, but I think the company is great.
I see that you want it. I'll give you one.
Will got the apple.
How about a sweet apple?
So there is no money in this game. Which, you know, as somebody who plays a lot of SNES era RPGs and generally enjoys them, there are pluses and minuses to setting it up so there's no money. For one thing, this is not a game where I feel like watching a Mystery Science Theater and grinding one of the games I'm LPing for the internet. There's no grinding to be done in this game, which is kind of nice. Except that occasionally you kind of want an excuse to grind on an SNES RPG while you watch Mystery Science Theater.
Thanks, I can't eat anymore. I want an apple. Let's go to the marketplace.
Well, you could... I mean, this is not us going to the marketplace. This is me going to the marketplace at this point. Yeah, see, now, when I came out of there before, the guy was standing right in my path, so I was curious if we would... This is cornmeal for making bread. Very bad bread.
You're probably too young for this.
What are those bells, or is that some kind of insertable? Or an insertable bell?
There are many people confined under the shrine.
She said we might be too young for it, so I can only assume it's...
So you want an apple? I'll give you one.
Alright, you guys are just making this more difficult than it needs to be.
I can't eat anymore. I want an apple. I can't eat anymore, at least not in... I'll need the time it takes you to come here and back with an apple before I'll be able to recover enough hunger.
That doesn't make sense. This seemed to be our clear shot. There we go. The Roulette Mansion. So is this like Neil's sister or something?
Why are you always going to the market and coming back with apples?
Well, you told me to. Maybe I'm in love with you or something, who knows?
For Kara or... Good. As a present, I'll give you this jewel.
Oh, that's a red jewel.
I'll take care of Kara. I'll murder her in the night.
So that was kind of creepy. Just a little creepy. Hey, they're hidden alleys, like they said. This is the Roulette corporate office. Almost everything you buy in town comes through the company. Now we're gonna find out they're the slave trading, aren't we? I don't honestly remember that, but that's what I'm calling. Let's see. Nothing about the corporate. Sounds like they're talking about work. I hear if I do business with this company, I can get anything I want.
We can get anything, tea, fruit, even furs. I can't say it out loud, but workers too.
You just said it out loud. Yeah, slave labor is a thing. Yes, the company handles almost anything you can imagine.
What? A child? The old guys are talking about work. Go over there.
Talking about work. The important work of slave trading. Luggage is piled up in the company next door. Sometimes you hear groans from the luggage they're moving. Odd.
Oh god. Alright, so about 4 seconds before the game tells you these guys are slavers, I predict they're slavers. And I don't really feel all that impressive anymore.
I saw the line and wondered why people were lining up.
We're always waiting in line.
In times of trouble, people are grateful for everything they get.
I saw the line and wondered why people were lining up. You can buy life medicine. Whoa, whoa, I don't know if it helps, but everyone wants a long life. Okay. You can buy the best goods in this shop. Tell you what, I'm gonna make it. I need to go up and adjust the stove, so I'm gonna turn this into a little mini cliffhanger for myself, where I pause the recording and come back, and for you guys there will be no interruption. But for me, I'm gonna go adjust the stove, and then we're gonna find out what's going on in this shop. Okay, guys, we're back. You never left. Neither did I. Wait, I can't get in. I guess I gotta... Even here, well, I don't want to frame skip in case that messes something up, but I guess even here I gotta wait until the next person online is... Patience running low. Okay, here we go.
Aren't you Neil from this village? Rolak manages this store too. I understand. Please take whatever you like.
This is some life medicine. Try some? Yes. That taste makes my mouth pucker. Power is increased.
That's called dark medicine. Try some?
Oh boy, save state time. We increased our permanent max health though. That smell makes my nose turn up, but the Freedan's dark power is increased. The Dark Friar's power is increased. How much am I going to owe at the end of this? Going home, thank you very much. It would appear that I got everything I can get in here. And I didn't actually buy anything. This is Hero's crowded merchant town. Well, that was worth the trip. The town has changed. Heroic sudden growth has brought many merchants to town. There is something behind the success. So it could be the slave trade. You think it's the slave trade? I wonder just how hard we'll have to look to find the slave trade.
You know I'm recording to get the F out.
You know, we're doing a full clear to the best of my knowledge, and yet I don't know if there's enough game left for us to get 2 full health bars, the rate at which they're increasing.
There are many back alleys between the houses in town. Hint, hint. This is where the world-famous Orovsky and the violinist Eraskel... Wait. This is where the world-famous Orovsky and the violinist Eraskel live.
We don't know what Rovsky does, just that they're world-famous.
They are always arguing. Geniuses can be so peculiar.
2 old people arguing about something. Probably healthcare.
True genius is a... Oh.
True genius is a violent thing. It sounds like a tempest. Oh, Raskas.
You just dash off packs of lies. Don't brag.
There is a dispute about the teapot enshrined at Mount Crest Temple. On Mount Crest, there are enshrined tears once shed by a spirit. Legend says they save people.
Hey you, I feel a strange power coming from you. My intuition is so developed, I can sense things even if I can't see them. At the right time, go to Mount Crest and take a look at the teapot.
Roski marked Mount Crest on Will's map, even though I was talking to Erasquez. Okay, well, it's worth talking to these guys, because that's our next quest, I believe. Certainly it's a location that has a red jewel in it, according to this fact. I found a red jewel. Okay, so... Find the hidden shrine, hidden eastbound alley on the east. Okay, so there is one more. That was the second of the 3 hidden jewels. There is one more. And it mentions a holding area, so I guess we're going to be finding those slavers. Or their slaves. The drops from the mushroom are all around the temple grounds. Ah, you're growing up quickly.
My brother and I once went to Mount Crest and got lost at the temple. Big mushrooms and plants grow in circles like a maze. Water from the mushrooms drips onto broken stems. New growth sprouts up, forming a path. It's pretty awesome. Mushroom walking.
Ooh. Oh, you're just standing at a table. I am the Jeweler Gem. I control the 7 seas. You've collected over 30 jewels. Your dark power will be raised. It's a mysterious power given by the spirits. Dark Friar's power is increased. Try pushing the attack button once more when the Dark Friar is flying. Okay, so I got one more jewel to give, one more jewel to find. But he increased the Dark Friar's power. Let me go back and check, but I believe... Yeah, that is our last reward we will get before we get all 50, where our reward is... well... Why don't I let Jim the Jeweler tell you? See your inventory. I will give you goods for your jewels as written on the list. We've got everything except Gem the Jeweler's secrets. Secrets. Right. Hey, you guys could almost be plot characters. Max. I wonder where you're taking us exploring this time. I'm afraid it's up to the whims of the captain. Muscle. No, it's Rudy. Hey, it's Rudy Malone. Fuck you, Nora! The ruins are a great place. They just take my breath away. Oh, man. Can I do a Freezer voice?
I am the explorer, Frieza. I'm using only 1% of my power to talk to you. I, too, plan on leaving my name in history as the discoverer of the Tower of Babel.
He was only using 1/10 of 1% of his power there in that conversation. Oh, hey. You might have found us the red jewel zone. This is the shrine. The president of this company and his wife come here often. A shrine, eh? A vaguely hidden shrine. What? The wind is blowing from behind the statue. Look. Nah, I don't want to interfere with the business of the shrine here. I mean, it's got these beautiful stools for the worshippers to sit on as they stare at some statue. There's nothing ominous about the music. Well, the music, actually, they use this music for non-ominous stuff, but anything mystical. So we're just going to remove the statue and... Oh, look, their shrine is actually a slave pen. Great. Those skeletons over there are our friends. It was by orders. I miss speaking my own language, but I'll have to fight. I don't want to assign an ethnic group to these guys. That would get weird. But they do look different from everyone else. Near our homes, various diseases are increasing. Terrible diseases that turn your body to stone. Though I'm a laborer, I'm going to run away. I think one of these has the red jewel in it. Although I suppose I could just look. There it is. Alright. So we still have Will and Lance's letter. I hope we get to remove these from our inventory at some point. I speak only a little of the language. We come from far away. We come from we learn the language here. We can be sold somewhere else. Oh no, they're space Australians. Or hey, this game is set in kind of Earth. I guess they could be Australians. But either way, they've been sold into slavery, and it's kind of not cool. This game is a little weird sometimes. Villagers live here. Outsiders can't enter. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. Oh, except that I can't get anywhere, so... Told you outsiders can't enter. There's a force field up there. Well, I don't... Oh, interesting. Is this takes you up here and then... I don't rightly know, but I feel like we were given a dungeon that we're marked on our map. I guess we should be going there. Let's go to Mut Temple. We'll leave the city of Europe and go to Mut Temple. Oh wow, this is weird. But there's a strange place at the summit of Mount Cress. There are mushrooms many times bigger than me, and the plant stalks are scattered around. I'm not equipped. Jeez, these things got some hit points. This is an odd dungeon. I do not really remember this, which is strange. This feels like something from Crystallis, which of course I saw Boba the Vulture play through more recently than I played through it myself. At some point I'm going to max out my DP, and there will be no point at all collecting these crystals anymore. Spitting out spider silk. Ew. take that to go away? Alright. I can only assume clearing this area will somehow solve the issue of slave trades going on in that city. Anyway, there is one red jewel to be found here, but this feels like someplace that we would be allowed to revisit. Like, I believe the game, for some reason, starting at this point, the game suddenly starts letting us return to places as long as we don't go back to a prior continent. Our stir strength is increased. Like, we could go all the way back to the Great Wall of China and do more exploring there if we wanted to, but we full cleared it. But we couldn't go back to, like, you know, the Incan mountain dungeon or Mu. Golden skull with teardrop lasers. This would be a great place for the Dark Knight. Oh wow, you have some impressive ability to hop around to places that I wouldn't think you'd be allowed to walk. Oh great, I'm gonna lose that one. No! No! Yes! Oh, that was close. Boy, there's a lot of enemies on the screen. I really should have, I mean, I have this block that will block most attacks. I really should use it. So here I'm better off just doing this. Seems like there's supposed to be an enemy over here. Ooh, you're a fun new friend. There's no particular reason to come up here other than to fight those guys, it would seem. So is something going on here where I'm supposed to use my little spinny move? Yeah. Saw a little, like, ramp-shaped thing and figured... Oh, I was hoping we get a chance to use the Dark Knight for Don, because he's got improved psycho power. Let's change the Dark Knight for Don. Because it looked like there were some guys we were going to have to kill with ranged techniques. It also looks like there was some hopping about to be done using the spin move, which we obviously can't do as the Dark Knight for Don. So there may be some... We may be forced to switch back and forth a bit. But I don't see any reason not to have a Dark Friar all charged up and ready to go. Ah, see? That's the improved Dark Friar power. Press the button again and it blowed up. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty impressive. They're going to make the Dark Friar OP just in time for another character to show up that we can play as. Because I'd mentioned that that's coming. And it is. I'm waiting for this guy to come back so I can try to get a twofer. Yeah. Uh-oh. But I can't get over there. No, the Dark Knight for Dawn is doomed us all with his inability to hop around like a weirdo. Okay, well, what I can do is turn back into the little kid Will. So we got to enjoy a few minutes of the glorious Dark Knight for Dawn and his glorious Dark Friar power. before circumstances force us to turn back into adorable little kid Will. I mean, certainly we could have just continued on to the next screen and not done a full clear here, but... And I did something wrong there. I'm still not 100% sure I get this. Because it keeps... My keyboard gets very unhappy if I press both triggers at the same time. That's where I just was. This is the place that I came to. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that guy's not going to fight me. He's been specifically placed so as not to move around, it seems like. And I can keep exploring, but it really kind of seems like they're arranging stuff so that there's not that many paths to go. Oh wait, I can get over there, I can. No. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, so I got to use my Dark Knight. Never mind. It wasn't that I was being forced to switch out of the Dark Knight for Dawn. I was being forced to use the Dark Knight for Dawn's Psycho power, his Dark Friar rather. Psycho is Will. Will has Psycho power and Psycho dash, and Psycho power increases Psycho dash. The Dark Knight for Dawn has Dark Friar, which is increased by Dark power. So it all works out. Okay, now what's going on with this guy? Where you at, you scumbum? He was right there. I suppose they're going to make me try this one more time, but I feel like I was supposed to be able to get him with the Dark Knight for Dawn. Because he had been visible over here before. Yeah, there he is. He got reset somehow. Well, I really got to call it a video now. The thing that I adjusted in the oven, I need to bring it out. So let's just try to see if this guy is back where he was supposed to be now. And if he's going to come back. He's not coming back. Alright, this is just getting on my nerves now. But what we can do is have one already charged up when we get over here. And that's not going to work. Okay, so I gotta find... Now that that little spider's out of the way, maybe it'll be a little easier. But it looks like I know I can't... Well, unless I'm completely missing something. No, there's no way as the Dark Knight for Dawn to get back over there. So... This is... The only way to get over here is down here. And it's not something we're allowed to get to, as far as I can make out. Well, I'm going to have to deal with it next time, folks, because I got to get my food out of the oven. So when we come back, we will figure out what to do about that guy, because I demand a full clear. I'm MysteriousJG. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye.